the news. NEMASA threatens stiffer sanctions over failure to comply with maritime laws, set February 4 as deadline for compliance. Application for Nigerian Army Direct Short Course Services kicks off January 7 through February 4, 2026. Plus, 2026 Batch A-1 orientation course commences January 21. Report correspondent Ogboka Omena examining the reason behind New Year resolutions, its intentionality, challenges, and importance. His report.
Over the years, people make resolutions to kickstart every year. These resolutions come in diverse ways, with some popular and inspiring ideas to get you started. While many set personal development goals, practice self-care, hobbies, or take short breaks to prevent burnout, others believe in self-kindness or compassion as a result of setbacks, which is key to emotional well-being. What is your New Year resolution?
I'm a keke rider, and by the grace of God, this year I will upgrade to a car.
I need to get money. I need to build house, buy car. That is, do a lot of things in my life.
My own vision, one is to be transparent, drive peace. Make sure there is peace.
Different strokes for different folks, you would say. The paramount ruler of Woji community, Ezemeka Ihumo, said his New Year resolution is to ensure that peace is maintained for accelerated development in his domain.
Our resolve this year is the same peace, so that the developments we recorded the 10 years past, we could also record more, even this year and many more years to come. Our people are already conversant with our agenda of peace. To whom much is given, much is expected. So the one God has given us here, we'll continue to use them. You know that Woji are not proudful people in governance.
In the health and fitness sector, experts noted that regular exercising could strengthen heart health. They also opined that focus should be on routine, timely sleep, limiting caffeine, as well as cutting down on alcohol as part of a healthy lifestyle. Others set career and personal goals like reading more books to expand their knowledge, stimulating creativity, and reducing screen time. Be that as it may, observers say the key to making resolutions holds sway to make them smart, that is, specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. Mr. Emmanuel Obunda is a public affairs commentator, and he advised that one should choose goals that align with one's values and priorities.
The moment it is the last day of the year, you see people reflecting over their past to see how they can amend to be able to fit into the new year. My resolution is about the society. How can I also help in growing the society? How can I help in making sure that people around me are happy? How can I also make sure that people who believe in me benefit from me? These are my resolution this year.
Making a resolution is one thing, but achieving it is a different kettle of fish.
A man who said this year I've not been paying my tithe, and I said this new year he will be paying his tithe. Challenges can make you, when you look at that tithe alone, you say you have a problem somewhere. you use that tithe, forgetting that there's a blessing that is attached to it. You now use that tithe to solve that problem. The problem is still there. So it's part of the things that makes people to deviate from, from their vision as per resolution of the year.
Madam Blessing Amadi, who spoke off camera, said some people are not able to achieve their set targets because of lack of discipline. The year 2026 has begun already, and experts in various fields are advocating for attainable goals as New Year resolutions. Ugbuka Umeda, Rstv News.
The federal government has inaugurated a joint implementation committee to oversee the training and certification of 1 million Nigerians in digital literacy and emerging technology skills. The committee inaugurated in Abuja today by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, said the committee would also be responsible for planning and organizing a national digital literacy conference as part of broader efforts to deepen human capital development and support Nigeria's digital transformation agenda. He described the training as a major step towards achieving the federal government's target of 95% digital literacy by 2030 and strengthening national workforce readiness. He was represented by the Permanent Secretary General Services, Ibrahim Kana, in his office. Away from that report, the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has issued a 30-day ultimatum to vessels, shipping companies, and offshore operators in Nigerian waters, warning that failure to comply with maritime laws by February 4, 2026 will result in vessel detention, fines, and denial of port clearance. The enforcement campaign, titled Operation Tolerance for Non-Compliance, began on January 5, 2026, targeting breaches and vessel registration, cabotage provisions, statutory certifications, timely payment of levies, and marking a decisive regulatory crackdown across Nigeria's maritime sector. In a statement, NIMASA's head of public relations, Osagie Edward, said the directive was issued through a marine notice pursuant to the agency's statutory mandate under the NIMASA Act 2007, the Coastal and Inland Shipping Act 2003, the Merchant Shipping Act 2007, and other applicable regulations. NIMASA's Director General, Dr. Dayo Moberela, said the operation aligns with the agency's broader mandate to strengthen indigenous shipping capacity, improve maritime safety and security, protect the marine environment, and ensure sustainable use of Nigeria's maritime resources. The Nigerian Army has announced that application for Direct Short Services Commission DSC Course 29 2026 has started. According to Nigerian Army, the application opens tomorrow, Wednesday, January 7, and closes February 4. A statement by Military Secretary, Department of Military Secretary Mambila Barracks, Everest Ifeanyi said the DSSC is open to both civilians and 7 military personnel into Nigerian Army engineers, Nigerian Army signals, Nigerian Army Medical Corps, and more. It added that applicants should visit Nigerian Army webpage at recruitment.army.mil.ng for more information. The National Youth Service Corps has announced that the 2026 Batch A Stream 1 orientation course will commence nationwide on Wednesday, January 21, across all 37 NYC orientation camps nationwide. According to a statement posted on NYC official X handle on Tuesday, camp registration will for all corps members will take place from Wednesday 21 to midnight of Friday 23 January 2026. It added that the swearing-in ceremony holds on February 23 January, on Friday 23 and January 20, on Friday 23 January 2026 rather, while the closing ceremony will take place on Tuesday 10 February 2026. The Director General NYC, Brigadier General Olakunle Nafiu, wished all prospective corps members safe travels to their respective states of deployment and advised them to avoid night journeys while traveling. This is Rstv World News. River State is a treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take her to greater heights. This is a task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. And in part 2 after the break, Guinea junta leader Mamadi Doumbouya to be sworn in as president on January 17. And in sports, AFCON 2025 Super Eagles off to Marrakesh Thursday for quarterfinal clash. Details after these messages. Stay with us.
There is something about this God.
Activating the unexplainable love of God.
Greater love had no man than this.
Better love than no man,
That a man laid down his life for his friend.
You see, when God loves you, He fights your unseen battles. You are sleeping, you don't even know what is happening, but He's there fighting your battles for you. You are sitting in your house, He will raise a voice somewhere to be campaigning for you. Today, every storm in your life shall become still. The best way to find true love is to find God. Remember, God never sends you into a situation alone. He goes before you, He stands beside you, He walks behind you, He's always with you. All those that rejected you, as the Lord liveth, they must surely bow before you. When you have nothing left but God, you will discover that God is enough. God knows how long you have waited. Every second will be what at the end. So it doesn't matter how the devil have damaged your life now. Don't worry. God is about to remold you, repackage you, redesign you, and beautify you.
OPN, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
It is well with you, my son.
Amen.
Remember the child of who you are. You will meet people who will tell you to take shortcuts. They will tell you everybody is doing it. They will tell you that you don't have 10 heads.
You will tell them that your head is cuckoo as big as 10 heads.
They will tell you that connection is the poor man's language for corruption. Connection, no. Corruption, no. Shall not in your country.
Not in your country.
You will tell them that the poor people are the ones who sent you there. That we are the real connection.
See, like mama's hand, we connect to your face if you join bad gang.
Not true. We not go come out our eyes sake of say you be our picking and let other people suffer for nothing. Be a good example.
Take whistle. Learn how to blow your whistle.
Do good. Bring it home. Oh yeah. Stand up. Good to go?
Good to go.
This message is brought to you by the Akinfade Foundation, with support from the MacArthur Foundation and with broadcast support from the River State Television.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're welcome back. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, says 1,119 confirmed cases of Lassa fever were recorded in 2025, with young adults emerging the most affected age group nationwide. The agency disclosed this in its Lassa fever situation report for epidemiological week 51, covering December 15 to 21, 2025, providing a comprehensive overview of cases, deaths, and affected states across the country. According to the report, people aged 21 to 30 years accounted for the highest burden of confirmed infections, with a median age among patients recorded at 30 years nationwide. The NCDC noted that males were slightly more affected than females, reflected gender differences in exposure or health-seeking behavior in communities with high Lassa fever transmission risk. The National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, has expressed support for the recent enacted tax reform law, describing it as a well-intentioned fiscal policy aimed at strengthening Nigeria's economy and protecting low-income earners. The endorsement followed extensive deliberations at a maiden expanded National Executive Council meeting of NANS, themed National Executive Council and Structural Stakeholders Forum 2026 on the Tax Reform Act, which brought together student leaders, policy experts, and key stakeholders from across the country. Chairman of the Communique Drafting Committee and NANS President Olushola Oladoja said students were satisfied with explanations provided by the government. The meeting, held amid public debate and controversy over the new tax law, was attended by members of the NANS National Executive Council, leaders of NAUS, NAPS, and NANSES, zonal coordinators, joint campus council chairpersons, female student associations, and other stakeholders. Moving on straight to the foreign scene, Guinea's junta leader, Mamadi Doumbouya, will be sworn in as president on January 17, following his electoral victory last month, the presidency announced Tuesday on social media. Doumbouya, who has not been seen publicly since voted in the election, will be inaugurated at the General Lancer Contest Stadium on the outskirts of the capital, Conakry. Although he had initially pledged not to run for the president after seizing power 4 years ago, Doumbouya ultimately stood for election in a race in which all main opposition leaders were barred. Guinea Supreme Court validated Doumbouya's victory on Sunday, credited him with 86.7% of the vote. UK Technology Secretary Liz Kendall on Tuesday urged Elon Musk's X platform to urgently address the use of its artificial intelligence chatbot Grok to create non-consensual sexualized deepfake images of women and girls. Kendall described the situation as absolutely appalling and that we cannot and will not allow the proliferation of these degrading images. She said it was absolutely right that UK regulator Ofcom is looking into this as a matter of urgency, and it has my full backing to take any enforcement action it deems necessary. Recall that the US-based social media company X issued a warning to users not to use Grok to generate illegal content, including child sexual abuse material. And from Afghanistan comes this report that a clash over gold mining in northern part of its country has resulted in casualties on Tuesday after a resident said multiple people were killed in the violence. According to the spokesman for the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum, Humayun Afghan, a delegation from the ministry has been sent to Dhaka to investigate the incident. The ministry's official did not detail whether there had been fatalities in Cha AB, a rural district bordering Tajikistan, nor whether the violence erupted. However, one resident told newsmen that harassment by miners from other provinces, with violence breaking out in recent days after noting that the area that supplied the local people with drinking water was destroyed by the miners. And in sports, Nigeria Super Eagles will fly out to Marrakech on Thursday for their quarterfinal fixture at the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations. The Super Eagles will face the winner of the round of 16 encounter between Democratic Republic of Congo and Algeria in the quarterfinals. Super Eagles coach Eric Chell revealed that part of the team's contingent left Fez on Tuesday for the 6-hour bus ride to Marrakech. Recall that the three-time champions booked their place in the quarterfinals courtesy of a comprehensive 4-0 victory over the Mambas of Mozambique on Monday night. The quarterfinal fixture will hold at the Marrakech Stadium on Saturday and will kick off at 5 p.m. Nigerian time. You're still watching Rstv World News. River State is the treasure base of the nation. Let's build and take it to greater heights. This is the task we must accomplish. You can watch our news live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can also subscribe and click on the notification bell for update on our live feeds. And on to the news, a recap of some of the major stories. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, has issued a 30-day ultimatum to vessels, shipping companies, and offshore operators in Nigerian waters, warning that failure to comply with maritime laws by February 4, 2026 will result in vessel detention, fines, and denial of port fines. The Nigerian Army has announced that application for Direct Short Service Commission DSC course 29 2026 has started. We have reported that the National Youth Service Corps has announced that the 2026 Batch A-1 orientation course will commence nationwide on Wednesday, January 21, across all 37 NYC orientation camps nationwide. And that's it on the news. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I am Solomon Nelson Braid. Good night.